Let's go play soccer. Soccer? Let's go play basketball. I mean, it is the third most favorite sport in America. Okay.
Basketball was created in 1891 in Springfield, Massachusetts by a man named James Naismith. He had originally created the sport to maintain the students' conditions over the winter months. He had constructed the first 13 rules of the sports, which were: 1. The ball may be thrown in any direction with one or more hands. 2. The ball may be batted in any direction with one or both hands, never with the fist. Player cannot run with the ball. The player must throw it from the spot on which he catches it. Allowance to be made for a man who catches the ball when running at a good speed if he tries to stop. The ball must be held in or between the hands. The arms or body must not be used for holding it. No shouldering, holding, pushing, tripping, or striking in any way the person of an opponent shall be allowed. The first infringement of this rule by any player shall count as a foul. The second shall disqualify him until the next goal is made, or if there was evident intent to injure the person for the whole of the game, no substitute allowed. A foul is striking at the ball with the fist, a violation of Rules 3 and 4, and such as described in Rule 5. If either side makes 3 consecutive fouls, it shall count a goal for the opponents. Shall be made when the ball is thrown or batted from the ground into the basket and stay there, providing those defending the goal do not touch or disturb the goal. If the ball rests on the edges and the opponent moves the basket, it shall count as a goal. When the ball goes out of bounds, it shall be thrown into the field of play by the person first touching it. In case of a dispute, the umpire shall throw it straight into the field. The thrower in is allowed 5 seconds. If he holds it longer, it goes to the opponent. The umpire shall be judge of the men and shall note the fouls and notify the referee when 3 consecutive fouls have been made. He shall have power to disqualify men according to Rule 5. The referee shall be judge of the ball and shall decide when the ball is in play, in bounds, to which side it belongs, and shall keep the time. He shall decide when a goal has been made and keep account of the goals with any other duties that are usually performed by a referee. The time shall be 2 15-minute halves with 5-minute rest in between. And 13. The side making the most goals in that time shall be declared the winner. When basketball was first created, they used a soccer ball, and there were 9 players per team. Each team would try and attempt making the ball into the peach basket, which was nailed to the wall. When the players were successful at making it into the basket, the game would have to be paused, while a man would climb a ladder to reclaim the ball, and the game would then resume. This soon got annoying, so they decided to take the bottom of the basket away, but still needed to use a paddle to get the soccer ball out. In 1893, they began using iron rims with netting. Surprisingly enough, the bottom of the nets were closed at the bottom, so they still needed the paddle to get the ball down. They did this until someone came up with the idea of using an open-ended net so the ball would just go through. After the first public game in 1892, the sport quickly became popular. Naismith was inspired by a game he had played when he was a child called Duck on a Rock. In that game, there was a large stone, which was the duck. The large stone would then be placed on an even larger rock or tree stump. A person had to guard the rock while the other players were given 1 stone each to be thrown at the duck, to knock it off of whatever it was on. When the duck was knocked off of the rock or tree stump, the throwers would have to go retrieve 1 stone each that was thrown. When the duck was knocked off of the rock or tree stump, the throwers had to go retrieve 1 stone each that was thrown and then try and make it back to the throwing line. The different types of basketball scoring shots are layup, jump shot, hook shot, free throw, and bank shot. I chose basketball as my sport because, in my opinion, I find that it is very fun and I like how it gives everyone a little competition when playing.